It looks like Marvel Studios might already be planning a giant character to appear in the live-action reboot of X-Men, because according to a brand new report from Beau DeMaio, who worked on X-Men 97, when he pitched Onslaught, the higher-ups came up and said, no, not right now. Well, thanks to Beau DeMaio, who keeps breaking NDA, I'm not sure whether that's smart or not, but hey, he's given us info, we have learned that X-Men the Animated Series intended to at one point use the character of Onslaught, and he would have been allegedly featured in Season 3 had things worked out. Now, if you're not familiar with this character, to break it down simply, he is a physical creation of a mind battle that is fought between Charles Xavier and Magneto, and he ends up essentially being birthed out of how do I put this? The sheer mind battle and willpower of the psionics that each character has when they're sort of battling in that mindscape, if you will. And throughout the character's time in comics, he would eventually kind of pull both sides, so he always comes out on top. But inevitably, he ends up getting like his own consciousness and his own identity. So he's a far cry from Magneto and Charles. Hence why he still has some of the, appearance of Magneto, such as the helmet, but he's not him or Charles. Well, apparently, they did want to use him. And Beau DeMaio had this idea of using the character, but Marvel Studios sent an order from above saying, no, don't use this character, because we just don't want you to. And this has now spun into reports and scoopers saying that they might be using Onslaught in the MCU, which would honestly be interesting, but then that means we gotta, again, retread through all the same Professor X and Charles Xavier drama that literally the entire X-Men franchise is based around, in the movies at least, well, outside of Wolverine, that is. So, if this was the case, could he be like an interim villain for the Mutant Saga? Like in whatever the second maybe film is, because I'm assuming third is still definitely going to be Apocalypse. So if that's the case, that'll be really interesting to see what they do with Onslaught. And I'm open to the idea. I like the character enough. I think he's kind of cool. So seeing what he does, I mean, yeah, bring it on. But I hope that they can, pull it off, because it's going to be a lot to explain to people that he's the product of two dudes fighting each other in somebody's mind.